This wild land. Ella, Abigail, Madison, Nathan and Wheelin learn to use spoons, forks and knives from the centaurs and even Cristal and her mermaid companions. And they began to use them for the first time by placing pieces of chicken, potatoes and shrimp on the plates in front of them. It was interesting for them to eat in the style and with the utensils of humans and centaurs. In the afternoon, they set off towards the beach with the carriages that Jill and her friends guided. The other centaurs looked at these interesting friends with curiosity and smiles, and some of them knew who these girls and boys were. Their arrival at the beach was more interesting for the tourists and the native people. The centaurs had never set foot on the beach before. They chose a place that was away from people and the sea. After leaving the carriages, Jill and her friends watched the sea, the seagulls, and the boats. People were eager to get close to them, but they didn't come towards them, thinking that they might not like them, but from the same distance their mobile phone cameras were active for photos and videos, which they were forced to stop after being warned by the beach guards. One of the guards came forward and said, "Hello, it was a bit of a surprise that you came here." Alekin said, "It's the New Year holidays, so we decided to change our mood a bit and try new places. We're here for the next 2 weeks." "Very good. Happy New Year to you. I'm Peter, Gilda, Brad and Steven. Do you have anything to tell us? Especially if people and tourists have bothered you and made you uncomfortable." Nova said, "Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Their curiosity is normal. But we would appreciate it if you could stop them from taking videos and photos." Peter, "Sure. Everyone's privacy is respected, especially yours, for now." And they continued their walk and patrol on the beach. The centaurs went for a swim and water play. And the mermaids started playing volleyball on the beach in 2 teams with inflatable and colorful back balls. The game and movements of Cristal and her teammates were better and higher than Madison and her friends, who still fell a lot. The second day, more centaurs came to the beach with them. From Benjamin and Victoria and Alexander to Matilda and Eric, Dan and Hamish, Helga, upon hearing this news, ordered the centaurs in her department, who were on duty during the hours they were present, to do their duty on the beach. Jill and the others were standing at the dangerous border where the water advanced into the beach when they noticed creatures coming from the sea. Dolphins and several adult orcas and their babies and a small fish. The dolphins began to shake their heads and make their own sounds. The orcas advanced far enough along the beach to be able to return with the next wave. Matthew said, "What do they want?" Jill said, "I think I know why," and pointed to Madison, Cristal. "And the others?" Alekin said, "Because she's a mermaid. This little fish must be the one Eliza saved." Jill nodded with a smile. Matthew said, "Eliza, Barbara, you have a guest." Eliza said, "We know. But they don't understand. We can't come to them." "You can't? Aha! You're right." Then she continued, turning to the fish, dolphins, and whales, "Understand. Even though all these people can't, no one should know who they are." One of the dolphins shook its head several times and made a sound. One of the orcas took a breath and went back into the water with the next wave. But it didn't go far. Alekin said, "That's a problem." Nova said, "I don't know if it will work. But they can wear the mermaid costumes that humans use to pretend to be them. The water doesn't hit their skin or feet directly, so there's no tail." Matthew said happily, "That's great. They can even play with us in the water."